我慢，我的妈呀！怎么回来了还？这是个拖车吧？
On February 6, 2025, Beijing experienced an exceptionally strong cold wave and windstorm, significantly impacting the daily lives and travel of residents. According to the Beijing Meteorological Bureau's announcement, this was the largest and most intense wind and temperature drop event since the beginning of winter. From 8 a.m. on February 6th to 6 a.m. on February 7th, wind data showed that 311 of the city's 561 weather stations recorded gusts of 8 Beaufort or higher, 98 stations experienced gusts of 9 Beaufort or higher, and 32 stations saw gusts of 10 Beaufort or higher. The maximum wind speed was recorded at 40.2 meters per second at the Erhuo station in Yanqing, equivalent to a 13 Beaufort wind, similar to the wind force of a typhoon.
今天的妖风有多大？感受一下。
你们看看刚才的风有多大！哇，人都快吹走了！你看这车子，台阶上面都吹下来了。
The wind's strength generated widespread concern. Many netizens shared their experiences of being blown by the strong gusts. Some mentioned almost being knocked over while taking out the trash, while others said they were nearly blown off balance on their way home from work.
火山有木了。
even feeling pain in their foreheads from the force of the wind. The wind was so strong that many people had to adjust their travel plans, especially those riding electric bikes, as some bikes were knocked over by the wind, and many were left lying on the street. At the same time, the temperature in Beijing dropped sharply, setting a new low for the winter season. According to the Meteorological Bureau, temperatures reached their lowest point on the morning of February 7. The weather is expected to remain cold for the next 2 days, with nighttime temperatures continuing to drop below -10 degrees Celsius. The combination of the cold and strong winds made the temperature feel even lower, with some residents noting that the cold was comparable to Harbin, located in northeastern China. In addition, wind speeds in Beijing reached a 12 Beaufort on February 6 at 10 p.m. Data showed that 2 stations, Gaoshan Maiguiyuan in Mentugu and Lingshan, recorded wind speeds of 35.3 meters per second and 33.1 meters per second, respectively, which corresponds to a 12 Beaufort wind. This further confirmed the strength of the windstorm.
1点点。 起点这子来的。
According to meteorological standards, the maximum wind speed near the center of a typhoon is typically between 32.7 meters per second and 41.4 meters per second, which corresponds to a 12 to 13 Beaufort wind. Therefore, the gusts in Beijing were almost at typhoon levels.
看看昨天这4号楼，楼下掉下来的墙皮。
In response, the Meteorological Bureau issued several warnings. Between 4 p.m. and 5 p.m. on February 6th, the Bureau issued blue and yellow warnings for sustained low temperatures in various districts of the city, advising residents to take precautions against the cold. It is expected that from February 6th to 8th, nighttime temperatures in the plain areas will remain cold, and the strong winds will continue. The yellow warning for strong winds and the blue warning for sustained low temperatures are currently in effect. Residents are advised to stay updated on the weather and take appropriate measures to protect themselves from the cold and wind. In conclusion, this cold wave and strong wind event has had a major impact on Beijing. Many residents have commented that the cold feels almost as severe as it would in Harbin, emphasizing the need to dress warmly and be mindful of safety in such extreme conditions.